Hey everyone, so today I wanted to come on here and do a video on luxury items that I will not be buying. I've seen this video on YouTube for ages now, and I thought, you know what? I have some things that I won't be buying ever. So if you want to know what those are, then keep watching. So the first item on my list of luxury items that I will not be buying is a puffer coat, but not just any puffer coat. There is a specific puffer coat in mind, and it's the Prada. Is it even considered a puffer coat? It's just like an oversized, I think it is. It's like an oversized puffer coat. It's really long, and to me it looks really bulky and just really something that I don't believe would be super flattering on myself. I have really kind of like wide hips, a big behind, and a relatively large chest. So because of that, even though, you know, I might have like a smaller waist, certain things just don't look good on me. And when I see people wearing this really pretty Prada coat, I just think, why does it have to have so much padding on it? Like, why is it so, I just feel like it would make me look double the size that I actually am, and like a lot bigger than I actually am, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, I wish it didn't have as much padding inside of the coat. Does that make sense? Because then I would be like, oh, this would be really cute if it was like a normal like puffer, like long puffer jacket, you know what I mean? Because currently the only puffer jacket that I really want is one from Abercrombie & Fitch. It's on the screen right now. I just think it's like more my style, more my speed, and it just looks really cute. When I look at the coat from Prada, I'm just like, why does it have to be so like puffy and bulky and big? Even if you stitch the waist in, it just looks like there's a lot going on. So that's the one item that I will not be buying, like the number one on my list, or like the first one on my list, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Okay, so let's go to number two. So number two on the list of luxury items I won't be buying is also kind of in the Prada range, and it is combat boots. The Prada combat boots, or honestly any chunky combat boot. It could be designer or non-designer. Honestly, any super chunky combat boot, it's not my style, you guys. Like, everything is not for everybody, and that's one thing that's not for Jocelyn Partee. I think that it could be really cute, but with my style, like the type of boots that I like are like knee length or calf length, or over the knee length, and they usually have a heel on them. If they don't have a heel on them, then they're either hiking boots or rain boots. But I don't really do combat boots. It's just not anything that I've ever seen myself wearing. So I love like a lot of different boots that are out right now. I love Paris, Texas boots. I love Amina Muaddi's boots. I love those. But the Prada, and I think there's another brand that makes like these really chunky, like really thick heeled, like usually black or white sometimes, combat boots. They kind of remind me of Doc Martens. And I used to, back in the day, I used to really like Doc Martens. But again, it's kind of just like not something that I would ever reach for. It's not something that would go with like anything in my closet, honestly. I don't think it would go with anything that I own. So yeah, that is number two on the list. Number three on my list of items that I won't be buying ever has to also deal with shoes. So it's another type of chunky shoe, but it's like the chunky loafer that is out right now. The other day I was looking for a nice pair of loafers, and currently the only nice pair of loafers that I really enjoy are the Loro Piani ones, and then I also really love my Gucci loafers. But when I was looking at loafers the other day, I noticed that chunky loafers, like when I say chunky, they're like, they basically look like clogs, if that makes sense. Like they look like clogs, in my opinion. They have like a really thick, high, like thick heel or thick sole, and they look like very clunky. They look like shoes that if you're walking around, they're gonna be very heavy. They're gonna be like, I feel like I'm gonna hear you say like cluck, 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 cluck. I feel like I'm gonna hear that noise, like almost like a horse is walking. Like when I think of those shoes, I'm like, why? Like, I understand we like thick soles on our shoes, but like, I just don't like them. And so yeah, when I saw those, I was just like, can we just go back to like the normal like loafer style? Like I don't need mine to have like a massive like thick heel on them and be like all these clunky, large, heavy things on my feet. Like I want my shoes to be just kind of like slip on and go and look stylish and elegant and classy. So I will not be buying like the chunky, clunky loafers that are really going to be popular. Like I think they're popular now, but they're going to be popular in the springtime as well. I think for the next season, you're going to see them a lot, and I will never be purchasing those. Number 4 on my list. Number 4 on my list of items that I will not be purchasing I want to kind of group in a brand and not so much one specific item, because this brand has so many items that I'm like, I personally find to be questionable. And it's Bottega Veneta. Now I have a few items from Bottega. I have a suit that I really like that I got in Paris last year from Bottega Veneta, and then I have like a tank top of sorts. I have those 3 items from Bottega Veneta, so I know that they make cute things, and I believe that they do make cute things. However, I've been seeing some questionable things come out of Bottega. Henceforth, these. What in the world are these? These are like the most odd looking rubber boots I've ever seen. They're like neon. Like, why? Why are these a thing? Why? Why are these a thing? What are those? Like, what are these things? And then like I went on their website the other day and I saw like, I think this is a scarf that I saw. I'm like, what is that? What is that? Oh my God, what is that? Like, you guys know that meme? Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that? Like, that's what I feel like when I'm looking at their website. I'm like, what am I looking at? So I feel like Bottega, and like, I feel like that with some of their bags as well. I'm like, I like the little pouch bag. I do like it. But I feel like nowadays, I'd rather buy that from like an Etsy shop than Bottega. I don't know why. Bottega makes, like, I like their ready to wear, so I will purchase their ready to wear. But certain things that they make, like specifically when it comes to the shoe department, I just find to be so questionable. And I'm like, why? Who are you making this for? And so when I see people styling it, I'm just like, you know what you look like? You don't look like, oh, I'm trying to, Paddington Bear, I kind of want to like, I kind of feel like it looks like that if he was wearing like alien, like neon green shoes. Like, this just don't look okay to me. So those are an item, like basically a lot of Bottega Veneta items are going to be like, never in my life will I ever purchase items. And so yeah, that's why Bottega Veneta is just like one kind of like part of this video. Like, they have their own category, Bottega Veneta. I'm like, what are you doing? Why? Why? What is that? What are those? For who? pourquoi? You know, stuff like that. That's what I think. So yeah. So number 5 on my list of luxury items that I will not be buying ever. I don't know if you guys have ever like really paid attention to me either on Instagram, my Instagram lives, or on YouTube with my haul videos. But one thing that you might notice is that I don't wear sunglasses. So yeah, the only reason I really don't wear sunglasses is because I usually lose them. Unfortunately, it's just like I usually lose them. So I have 2 pairs of sunglasses and I always keep them in my drawer that's like right over, you can't see it, but it's like right there. And I forget to get my sunglasses out of the drawer whenever I'm out in public. So I just, henceforth, I usually never wear sunglasses. There are a couple of sunglasses that I really love. I love buying Dior sunglasses and I love Cartier sunglasses. I just love the style of most of their styles. But in general, I'm not a fan of like these visor. It's like the sunglasses that like, I love large sunglasses. I actually like really enjoy them. If I can find a picture of me wearing them, I'll put them right there. But like I love large like oversized sunglasses, but I hate the sunglasses that are like, unless you're actually like skiing or snowboarding, I don't understand why they are a thing for people to just like wear out. So, you know, everybody has their individual style, which is cool, but those, when it comes to designer sunglasses, you will most likely not see me rocking them at all. I just don't, I always lose them, so I find them to be annoying to purchase. The next item on my list of designer items that I will not be purchasing has to do with actually a couple of items that I own. But I guess even though you own something or you've bought it in the past, you can change your mind eventually and you can decide that, hey, I'm just not going to be buying this type of thing anymore. So for me, mini bags is definitely one of those items. Not just any mini bag though. The Jacquemus mini bag and the Balenciaga mini bag. So when it comes to mini bags, I do own a couple. However, weirdly enough, my favorite mini bag is not designer at all. I got it like 8 years ago on Nasty Gal, back when it was like super popular. And if I can get it in a second, I'll show you. This is it right here. This is my favorite mini bag that I own. It's like my go-to. It's my baby. And I remember it only cost me like $70 at the time when I bought it. So I've had this for almost 8 years now. And it's my go-to. And it's not designer. And I would not trade this for the world. This is like hands down the best purchase I've made when it comes to mini bags. Now I do have a couple other mini bags though. I have this one. I have this one, which I don't really consider this to be a mini bag, but I do have it. And then I have this one. And then I have this one, which is also not designer. You can buy this. If you're in Florence, Italy, you'll see like 100 or 200 of these everywhere. And then I have a mini Fendi peekaboo. And I have a couple of Fendi peekaboos. I don't really talk about them much. I can't find it currently. It's in my closet, and my closet is a tornado, so we're not going to talk about it right now. But I've decided that while I have basically all the mini bags that I want or could need, it just doesn't make any sense for me to get anything smaller than this. And the Jacquemus bags are like half of this. Like they're like this size, you know, like so this part. And then the Balenciaga bag that I've seen, I much rather have the full-size version of that bag. I don't remember the name of that bag specifically, but you see it on the screen. That I honestly, that's something that I will be purchasing, is like the full size version of that specific bag. It's so my style. But when I saw that they had a mini version, I'm like, why? Why? Why do you need a mini version of that? Like, that's really ugly. I don't know. I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. And so I honestly, I'm the same way with the Jacquemus Chiquito bag. I think the larger version is nicer, but it doesn't seem like the most practical bag, even if it's in the larger version. So that, like the Jacquemus Chiquito bags, like the small Chiquito and the large Chiquito, I was actually gonna purchase one, and I'm super happy that I changed my mind on that. But when it comes to the micro mini bags, they're just not for me. So yeah, definitely a no for me every time. And then there was one. We have one last thing on this list, and it also is something that I've already shown you. I have a couple of these Hermes bags, but one thing I'm not going to be purchasing again is secondhand Hermes. Like, Hermes on the resale market is not for me. But yeah, I feel like I would just value, or I don't want to say value, but I would just prefer, or maybe even appreciate my bag more, my Hermes bags more, if I was able to get them in an actual Hermes store and not buy them on a website like Prada Porter or Fashion File, which I have been super lucky enough to even get a bag from Prada Porter, and they're like, honestly, like #1 if you want to like get a Birkin or a Kelly secondhand. Prada Porter is your place. Like, that's where you should go. And Fashion File is a close second. But I just feel like the resale markup is honestly just so gut-wrenching. Like, when you see that if you go to the store, you can get the bag for $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, like $8,000 at the most, I think. And then you look on the resale market and you see that that exact bag is $10,000 to $20,000. Like, probably you're gonna land in the middle of like $12,000 to $13,000, maybe $15,000, maybe $17,000. You know, when you see the difference in the markup, it's like, I can wait. Like, honestly, I'm persistent enough to where if I spent like 2-3 months in France, I honestly feel like I will be leaving with an Hermes bag, either a Kelly or a Constance or something Hermes, and something like nice from that store, and it won't be excessively marked up. So that's my personal belief on it, because there's a queue, you know, there's an online queue for the Hermes like website, the flagship store, and then it's all about making relationships with the sales associates, you know. So I love Hermes ready to wear. I love Hermes homeware. I love so many things about Hermes. I love their scarves. I love their perfume. I like their makeup. So I honestly feel like, and I love their shoes. So with all that being said, I've made the personal decision to stop buying basically resell Hermes from anywhere. I don't care where it's at. I've made the decision to stop doing that, because my goal is to eventually go to the flagship store next summer when I'm in Paris for a decent amount of time, because I will be in Paris for like a month or two next summer, and just try my luck, be persistent, and keep at it. And once that happens, there will be a video on it. But until then, I'm just not playing the markup game anymore with these Hermes bags. I'm super happy with the ones that I have, but like I said, I really feel like I'd appreciate it more if I can get it from the actual store and have that whole experience, instead of getting it on the resale market from any of the resellers. Even though I love the resellers, they're fabulous, I love you guys, I just don't want to do it anymore. you know, honestly, paying $15,000 to $20,000 for a bag is not it. It's not where I want to be in my life. Anyways, guys, that is the end of my video. I hope you guys like it. If you do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.